Okay, all right. So let's talk about the power management. So basically, the station tells the base station that I am going to be sleeping. We saw that bit there, right? And then all the packets will be buffered. And then whenever the access point broadcasts that beacon has many things, including the list of stations whose packets are buffered. And so when a station wakes up, it listens to the beacon, and the beacon doesn't have its name, so then it goes back to sleep again. If the beacon has its name, then it has to tell the station, tell the base station that I am awake. Now please give me my frame. Right? So it has to send some kind of control frame to the station, to the access point, and then it will get its frame one by one. Okay? So subscriber station sends a PS poll message to access point, which sends one frame, more bit in the header, more frames, and then it says, okay, I'm ready to receive the next one, and so on and so forth. 802.11e, unscheduled automatic power save delivery mode. So now 802.11e, which came after ABC, whatever, E, changed it to unscheduled, and that is APSD, unscheduled automatic power save delivery. SS transmits the data or null frame with power saving bit set to 0, and so basically you can just go to sleep anytime. You can just send a 0 data with 1 bit set that I'm going to sleep. And with a scheduled APSD mode, access point will transmit at pre-negotiated time schedule, no need for polling. And so there is two kinds of APS power saves. One is scheduled and one is unscheduled. Unscheduled is you go to sleep and you tell them, and then when you wake up, you listen to the beacon. Other one is that, okay, I will sleep every 3 milliseconds, I will wake up. So it will be generally in the terms of super frame. So every 5th super frame, I will be awake. In that case, you don't have to ask the base station whether you have anything. Every 5th frame, it will get super frame, you will get it. And that's good for voice and video and anything that is repetitive. Then you could just say that every so many frames, I will wake up. So you won't believe it that you are watching a video, but your station is sleeping, most of the time. It just receives a frame and goes to sleep, receives a frame, goes to sleep, receives a frame and goes to sleep. Okay. Hybrid APSD mode, where PS and poll for some and schedule for other categories. So anyway, the key idea is that you just tell the station that you're going to go to sleep, and then the station will tell you when it has frames, or you negotiate that, okay, this every so often I will wake. No, the access point can prevent you from going to sleep.
Well, I thought you mentioned that on the previous slide. Right.
Access point can prevent you.
Well,
no, access point can buffer for you and okay, save the packets for you, but
okay.
No. Prevention, I don't think prevention is possible, because basically it is possible that if you sleep a lot, you might lose a packet because it might run out of buffer. Okay, so what will happen is, this would be crazy. You could do that, but basically the access point is saying in the beacon, I have data for you, and you are saying 0, sorry, I'm going to sleep. So it will buffer it for you. The thing is, what will happen is your packets will keep, and it might have some kind of buffering strategy which says that I want to be fair. I don't want to fill up my whole buffer with your packets, so I will give you 1/10 of a buffer, and I will give you 1/10. There are rules for that too, buffer sharing. So after your share of buffer is over, they will throw away your packets. Right? So there is no standard rules for how you share the buffers or how many buffers you have. Right? That is up to the implementation. All right. So that brings us to the end of this part. And only 4 key points. First thing is that 802.11, when we don't put the word A, B, C, D, F, G, H, whatever, then that is original 11. And actually original 11 has now become 11. Basically that means it probably applies to everybody. So 11 uses frequency hopping, direct sequence, CDMA, and OFDM. Okay, frequency hopping, direct sequence was the original one, and then CDMA and OFDM were added later on, right? OFDM came with A and G, And actually, frequency and direct sequence CDMA are not three, there are only two. Frequency hopping CDMA and direct sequence CDMA. Right? Both of them are CDMA. So FDM came later on. 802.11 has 11 phi, 11 A phi, 11 B phi, 11 G phi so far. And then the next lecture we have bigger list. It allows both ad hoc and infrastructure mode. It has a single FIFO queue for everybody going out, and it uses SIFs, PIFs, and DIFs, and you have to know how to use how these things are used. Be able to draw the time diagram, and know this table, which I will have to go one more time through this one, just to be clear that everybody is clear about it. Now, homework. So this is basically the homework is exactly that, is that you have to draw that diagram, time diagram. Okay, so this will give you a good practice on that one before the exam. Reading list, I found these two web pages.